I have the perfect summer pasta recipe for you today. This is called summer squash pasta. I'm Justin from Cooking with Coit. I specialize in clean comfort cooking. And remember, if you love this video, make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons. Let's get started. Let's first go over all the ingredients you need to make this recipe. Pasta, goat cheese, lemon juice, garlic, zucchini squash, yellow squash, red pepper flakes, butter, and salt and pepper. All right, guys, I am so excited to show you this recipe today. This is one of those recipes that is so delicious and it literally only takes 15 minutes to make. First thing you need to do is to get a pot of boiling water boiling, and then we are going to add in our pasta. You can use any pasta that you want, literally spaghetti, fusilli, blah, 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 anything you want. I'm using rotini today just because I just love this rotini shape. I think it's really nice. So my recipe calls for 12 ounces of pasta. Typically, I know this is gonna be annoying. Typically, a box of pasta is 1 pound, that's 16 ounces. Literally adding 4 more ounces of pasta into this recipe is not gonna harm anything at all. So if you're annoyed and you just wanna cook a whole box of pasta, go ahead and do it. If you wanna be precise, just basically cook about 3/4 of this box. And of course, we always wanna cook our pasta according to the package instructions. This box calls for cooking this pasta for only about 7 minutes, so it's pretty fast. With our pasta cooking and set aside, now we're gonna work on cutting up our veggies. So let's start with our yellow squash. What you're gonna notice about this yellow squash is that typically there's a very skinny end on one side and a very sort of fatter end on the other. Since we want all of our pieces to be around the same size so they cook evenly, what I like to do is I like to sort of find the point at which it transitions from skinny to fat. So right about here, I cut it right there, then I trim off the end. And then now I'm going to take this smaller piece, just cut it in half. And then from here, I'm going to be cutting just like little half moon shapes. So just slice right like that. And then do the same with the other half. The thickness of these half moon shapes are about 1/4 of an inch. So now I'm gonna move on to the thicker part of the yellow squash, trim off the other end, and then I'm going to cut it in half like this. Now, since this is the fatter end, I'm also gonna cut these halves into another half. So essentially I'm quartering them. Just like that. And then now I'm going to slice them just like I did before, 1/4 of an inch thickness, if you can help it. And now we're gonna do the exact same thing with the zucchini. Now we're gonna mince up 2 cloves of garlic. All right, guys, this is perfect timing because the pasta just finished. So now I'm gonna go ahead off camera and drain it. Next thing we need to do is grab out a large pan and let's drop a little bit of olive oil into it. 1 tablespoon is totally fine. And then we are going to get our garlic sauteing. This is the 2 cloves of garlic that we cut earlier. All we wanna do here is saute the garlic until it has become fragrant. We don't wanna cook it too long or it's gonna burn, so just about a minute is fine. And I've got the burner turned up to about medium level heat. Now that the garlic has become fragrant, we're gonna add in our zucchini and our yellow squash. All right, so we are just gonna saute these veggies and the garlic together until the squash has softened a little bit. All right, guys, so the zucchini and the yellow squash have been sauteing for, I don't know, a couple minutes now, and they have softened really nicely. Now, one note about these is that I don't like to cook them too long. They start to get really kind of mushy, and I hate mushy vegetables, not into it at all. So I cook them just until they are a little fork tender, a little al dente. I still want them to have a little bit of crunch. So these are looking really good. Now I am going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. This is completely to taste. A couple pinches. And then about half that for the amount of pepper. Looking good. Let's give this a nice mix to combine everything. So now I am going to turn my heat down to low, and I'm also gonna go off camera real quick and grab my pasta. Be right back. Okay, so drop your pasta into the pan, just like so. And one trick that I did that I didn't actually show you is that if you ever have pasta draining in your sink and you're just waiting for that to sort of cool a little bit, add a little bit of olive oil to it and it keep it from sticking. That's what I did here, so it's kind of nice and loose. So now I'm going to give this a nice toss to combine. And then we are going to add the rest of our ingredients, starting with 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. I figure that's about a half of a lemon of this size. I like a little bit of extra lemon juice and lemon flavor in my summer pastas, so that's great. You can use a little more if you'd like. Squeeze that right in there. You know, a little bit of that lemon adds such an incredible brightness to this dish and really feels like it's summer. It really says summer to me, so that's why I love it. Next, we're gonna add our goat cheese. My recipe calls for 1.5 ounces, which, how many tablespoons is that? How many tablespoons is 1.5 ounces?
The answer is 3 tablespoons.
3 tablespoons. Good. Add about 3 tablespoons, but you can totally do it to taste. A little more goat cheese in this recipe is really great. I'll just use the whole thing, whatever. Next, I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter. And now, the heat of your burner should be low enough that we just want the cheese and the butter to melt together to form our nice little bit of creamy sauce, but you don't want the burner too high because we really don't want to be cooking the pasta anymore, and the veggies are already done, so those are good to go too. So now let's just mix everything until it is completely well combined. And what you're gonna find is that a creamy sauce will start to appear right before your eyes. All right, this is looking really good. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the heat on my burner, and look at how beautiful this is looking. I cannot wait to give it a try. But before I do, if you love this recipe and you wanna see more just like them, check out my healthy recipes playlist. Okay, let's give it a try. I've got 2 garnishes that I wanna show you really quickly. This is a little bit of chopped basil. This is totally fresh. And the last garnish is a little bit of red pepper flakes. This just gives us a little bit of heat. There we go. All right, let's see how we did. This summer squash pasta, as easy and as quick as it is to make, is so incredibly flavorful. Guys, you've got to give this a try. You have no reason not to. I'll see you in the next video.